Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Got Samson on the line here. You want to say hi, Samson?
Did you not hear me?
I did not. I'm telling you, your mic
Oh
is
my god,
sabotaging you, man. It's cutting you off.
that's so weird. It's so weird. It was working just fine.
Yeah.
Happy Monday, everybody.
So Samson and I were just talking about the comic and where we're at as far as like getting it drawn and getting it written and everything like that. And I think a spider just ran across my foot. So you'll have to excuse me for a minute while I have an existential crisis. Um,
Uh, that's funny.
oh no, it is not. I'm trapped, so I can't really easily check for spider infiltration.
Yeah, my a lot of people in my family are deathly afraid of spiders, and we got to burn down the house kind of people when they see a spider.
So I was trying to scratch one of my toes with my other toes because I have monkey toes like that. And as I went to do that, I pinched something soft and squishy between my toes, and then it ran away. So I have no idea where it is now. I have no idea what it was.
For you later. Just kidding. Just kidding. Sorry, dude.
Okay, I'm okay. Everything's fine. So yeah, woo. That's a great way to start the stream. Um, anyways, yeah. So we were talking about the comic and kind of where we're at. And Samson, you said how you have how many pages kind of inked?
I have 11 pages done for, and then we can talk about the other stuff too because I have some stuff done for that.
You said you have 11 pages done for Procyon.
Correct.
Okay, your mic cut out right as you said the name, so I was just checking to make sure. So that's great. 11 pages. That's almost half the pages inked.
Only one of them is digitally inked though, because I'm still figuring this out and it's taken a while.
No, that's all right. I mean, the fact that 11 of them are inked total is still really good progress. I actually was talking with a couple of colorists. I currently have example pages out to two different colorists that I met on Twitch. One of them has not gotten back to me yet. The other one did get something back. Got an example thing back, and I was pretty impressed with it.
Nice.
The Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up. The only problem is that he and I kind of worked out like what his fee would be to do the work on the entire comic. Um, do you want to hazard a guess at what the math works out to per issue?
Is it like crazy expensive or something? Or
I mean, that's up to you to decide.
I mean, it depends. So I know like professional for like DC or Marvel make pretty good money doing it. So that's the only real like thing. So I'm guessing it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So, and this isn't in. Wow, sorry. This wasn't him saying this is my hard price. Like this is set in stone. He's been very willing to like kind of talk it out and kind of figure everything out. And the price that he kind of quoted originally, if we paid him for the whole issue, would work out to like $4,800.
Wow. So like 200 a page basically.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
I mean, that are worth more than that for sure. So I can't. He's
yeah,
worth. That's what he's worth.
yeah, and that's exactly what I told him. I was like, I'm not saying that you or your art are not worth that amount. I'm just saying we might not be able to pay that amount. But this is his starting attempt. This obviously isn't the finished product. He's just kind of laying down base layers and things like that. But he's gonna finish the page off because he kind of wants to see what he can do with it. He's never really done comic book pages before, and so this was just kind of what he was able to do in about an hour's worth of work. So I think it's a pretty decent start. I've seen some of his other work that I think is really really good. Um, so It'd be great if we could work something out, but obviously I don't want to take advantage of him or rip him off by, convincing him to do the book for cheaper than, what his time is worth.
Yeah, I get that.
So that's kind of what we're at right now. But we'll see where it goes. Panic Roll, hey, how's it going tonight? Thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in.
So
You,
kind of cool.
you missed my little spider freak out. But yeah, so we're hoping to have the comic book for Procyon inked, colored, and basically ready to go by WonderCon of 2020, which is in March. So I think we're on pretty much on track for that. It's just a matter of finding a coloring solution before then. What what do you think, Samson?
I mean, for now, I can color, but it's not going to be by any means like an amazing level. But I mean, I could definitely get us started on that. So
Right. I mean, even if maybe you could put down like some of the base layers for stuff, because I know a lot of digital colorists, they basically put down a darker underlayer and then they will, add extra layers to it to kind of lighten it up and do whatever they're going to do. So
right,
that
yeah, I
may.
mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
I could get started doing that. That's not a problem.
Okay. Well, that's something we'll talk about a bit later. But
Yeah.
what about the other one? You said you had some other work done on our kind of mystery project.
Well, I'm. Second, let me count these. Uh, I'm 2 pages into issue 2.
What? Are you for
Yeah.
the thumbnails?
No, for finished artwork.
Holy crap! Do you have that on your computer?
I don't. It's all traditional inked.
Ah, okay. That's.
I can't do it that fast on the inking thing. I will eventually get to the point where I can do it because there are definitely some advantages to the digital, but for right now my control's just not there, and I want like clean stuff
Right,
for
right.
this. So
Okay. Well, that's awesome. I can't wait to see that. We will work on having something to show to you guys by maybe not next stream, but the stream after that. So keep an eye out for us to have some cool progress to show on our other comic book project. Why
and
no?
I have all of the prints for the Sanua or Senua, however you say her name. I
Mhm.
apologize to whatever if anybody's offended. I have all of the foil, the gold leaf foil, done on all of the prints.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Yeah, so we've got to make sure we get that out to the winner. And then we've got a painting that we owe Panic Roll, and we've got the concept sketch that we owe to DEF CON. So we got to make sure that happens too.
Yeah.
Panic Roll says, so why no Secure tonight? Oh, that's right. You missed that. So Monday night, um, Samson and I we had to do a little switcheroo. Samson, I think you got pulled in for some overtime or something, kind of at the last minute. So
Yep.
yeah,
I'm
it's
a I'm making up my Comic Con time right now, I think.
yeah, it's kind of important when you're leading into, hey, I need the next 4 days off. So, but yeah, so Samson wasn't available on Monday, so I decided to stream Sekiro that night, and then figured we would just do the comic stream tonight. So sorry if you were showing up expecting some Sekiro there, Panic Roll. There is, however, on the video on demand, our most recent episode of Sekiro is up, and I defeated the terror boss, mini boss, as it turns out. So you should check out that video because I like to think it went pretty well, minus a whole lot of swearing. But anyways, it's par for the course for Secure, I think.
Video games, man. If you're not cussing at it, you're not enjoying it.
I guess, yeah. Good either way. Just curious. Fair enough. Oh, Panic Roll. What's for dinner tonight? Gotta ask. I need to know. I had yellow curry. It's delicious.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Good. No, are you just gonna stand at the door and stare at me like a weirdo? Okay, fine. You stay over there. Um, so some stuff came out this weekend.
A lot of stuff.
Specifically, Spider-Man. Haven't decided yet. Not terribly hungry, so I'm struggling. I can understand that. Like it's actually probably best to make the decision on what to eat when you're not hungry, because if you make the decision to what to eat when you're hungry, you make bad choices. But maybe that's just me. I don't
Yeah, I always make that mistake.
know. So yeah, you should take this opportunity to like commit to eating something healthy and wholesome and like low in carbs and low in fat. Probably some kale or something like that. Yeah, that's definitely what you should
Buy,
do.
then go buy a burger.
Right, exactly. It'll be a burger with kale on it, though. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
You saw Spider-Man Panic Roll. Awesome. So did I. I'm assuming you saw it, Samson.
good.
What'd you think?
I thought it was great. I have some issues with it, but I did love it. It was a nice follow up to Endgame, and I don't know. I enjoyed it. Some good moments.
I also enjoyed it quite a bit. I don't know if we have. Oh, just so everybody knows before you get further into it, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I'm actually going to change up the title so that it includes the spoiler alert in there so nobody can be like, I didn't know. I know it's only like a week into the movie being out, but the fact of the matter is if you see a title that says we're talking about this thing, spoiler alert, and you show up anyways, it's kind of your fault for clicking on the link. The Mysterio play confused me for a bit. Oh yeah, I can see that. I thought they did a really good job of bringing that character to the big screen and making him seem like a legit Spider-Man villain.
Worried about that, to be honest with you, because he is kind of a B villain type character. But yeah, they did a great job with it.
Yeah, I mean, the comics always portray Mysterio as being pretty powerful when you get right down to it, but just kind of a dope. Like he's kind of a bumbling, not moron because he's pretty smart and cunning, but he just always screws things up by being overly elaborate or getting in his own way or whatever the case may be. Um, but I thought they did a pretty good job with this one. Like I understood his motivation. I understood like I like that they updated his technology a little bit for the modern era, used like the drones and whatnot to kind of help him do his thing. So it worked out pretty well.
I really loved the whole like
Sorry,
buddy,
go ahead.
the whole like buddy cop vibe that they had going on for like halfway
Yes.
through that. Like it
Yeah.
was great. I was like, I'm loving this. This like I want to see more of this. So that was pretty awesome that they did that.
Yeah, I really did like that kind of camaraderie that they had between the two. It was really well done. And Panicle says I like Jake Gyllenhaal, Gyllenhaal as him. It's Jake Gyllenhaal, I believe, is his name. But yeah, he was a good choice. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you can't have him as Mysterio. He's too good looking." Blah 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 blah. It's like, but people are more inclined to believe good-looking people have good intentions. So of course you want someone
Yeah,
who is a master of manipulation and misdirection to be a good-looking person because it helps people let their guard down. They're more inclined to trust him. So you just don't know how to spell it. That's okay, Panic Roll. Neither do I. So
I don't even know how to say it correctly, so don't worry about it.
Jake Gyllenhaal. I think it's Gyllenhaal, something like that. I don't know.
Jake, kill him a Bob. I don't know what his name is.
But yeah, it was good. I liked. I I was especially surprised at one of the end credits scenes.
One other second one.
I don't remember the order of them. The one where Peter Parker's identity gets revealed.
Okay, yeah, that was. I think everybody in the theater was like, "What?" Like
Yeah,
there was like a collective like, "What the hell just happened?"
yeah, collective.
Yeah,
Holy shit! That
yeah,
was
that
the
was
first
great.
one. Okay. Yeah, it was really good. And someone had said that there was some kind of Easter egg in that scene where they're actually standing in front of the old Avengers Tower, and like there's some kind of construction being done, and you can see like a sign for like Oscorp in the background or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I heard a rumor that the next big villain that they're gonna bring in is Goblin. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
that'd be cool. Um, Honestly though, I think with him having his identity revealed, I think they're paving the way for the next Spider-Man movie to be sort of a Sinister Six thing, because you had Mac Gargan in Spider-Man Homecoming, who was kind of leading up to being the Scorpion, and he was like, "Oh hey, who is this guy? I want to know his name." Well, now he knows it, and you've got Toombs or Vulture from the first movie. You've still got Mysterio out running around because clearly he survived. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to set up that little like bamboozle on
Yeah.
on Peter at the end. And then if you're bringing in Green Goblin, like you're looking at four Spider-Man villains that are still out and about. Um, so I know that the like Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield tried to go that route. I would really love to see that done properly in the MCU.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be great too. I've heard rumors, but again, this is just rumors, but that the next one is going to actually introduce Venom in as an ally as well. So it seems like they would be going the Sinister Six route.
That would be interesting to see, like Spider-Man and Venom against the Sinister Six would be kind of cool. I can see them trying to introduce Venom as kind of like an anti-hero character, even though Sony didn't do a very good job of it. I don't know. Those movies are completely separate, so we don't have to count those.
Right.
Panic Girl says apparently there are a lot of Easter eggs in the movie. That's what I've heard, but I need to see it again. Oh, you
Yeah,
liked
there
the
was.
Tom Hardy version? Okay, Panic Girl, I haven't seen it yet, so
I mean, this new Spider-Man had one of my favorite characters of all time in it,
who's that?
like the Night Monkey.
Oh, the Night Monkey.
That was so great, dude.
It was. I liked the suit as well. I thought that was really cool, like the stealth suit. It was very reminiscent of like Spider-Man Noir almost.
Yeah, yeah. So when I was watching the movie, the whole time something wasn't sitting right with me, and I was really bothered by it. I didn't know exactly what it was, but retrospect and knowing the second end credit scene, it was Fury that was
Yeah.
bothering me. So I
Well,
love that they did that.
me too. Although it completely fucks up the whole timeline, sort of.
Sure, sure,
I, I'm
it
still
does.
I'm still willing to see what's up because there's nothing saying that Fury has been on the Skrull ship for the last 20 years. It's entirely possible that he's got some way of quickly beaming back and forth or whatever. I think it's unlikely, but they might decide to go that route to kind of hand wave it away. Um, One thing that I liked about it is like you said, when Peter was like, "Oh, what about Thor? Oh, he's off world. What about Captain Marvel?" And Fury was like, "Don't invoke her name." I was like, "That's a weird fucking thing to say."
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that,
That's the line that I was like, "What? What is that about?" Yeah,
yeah. So I thought that was really cool. I am curious to see how that all plays out. And I've seen a number of like fanboys like, oh, the Iron Man that died in Endgame wasn't really Iron Man, it was a Skrull. This so we'll get to see Tony Stark again, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, guys, let it go.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I hope they don't go that route. It would be cool to see him again, maybe somewhere down the line in like a flashback or something. But
Right?
I just let him like let him be the hero he died as. Like just
Yeah, just
as
let
an
it.
amazing story.
Yeah, just let it end there. That's okay. In fact, it's probably preferred. Gonna make a quick change to something. Mm, there we go. Sorry, folks, just messing with my stream settings a little bit. Sorry for the glitch on the camera. Considering Robert Downey Jr. shaved the beard, I think he is dead. Yeah, I can't imagine that it's much fun to have to grow that back out between movies or whatever. So, plus Robert Downey Jr. has said for a while now that he was just like, I think I'm done with the character. So,
What do you think about Happy and
and Aunt May,
yeah,
I think that's great. I thought it was cute, the little kind of interactions that they were having. I thought it was kind of sad that at the end she was like, "Oh yeah, it's not that big a deal," and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's kind of a big deal." And that was, kind of I feel kind of bad for Happy on that one, but you know, I still think it's a good relationship, and I'm glad to see it. So that was hilarious. Yeah, it was. What do you think about the relationship between Peter and MJ during the movie?
it's interesting. They're doing a accommodate for the whole 5 year missing time period thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's like this weird unspoken like bond between them because they both got blipped out or whatever they're calling it now.
Right.
And I don't know. I'm curious. It seems like they're kind of leading her down some kind of a hero as well, which I'm not too sure how I feel about that. But
Yeah, I'm not either. It's kind of interesting. Panago says, "I love that Peter had the talk with them, Aunt May and Happy." Yeah, that was very entertaining.
and then bounced out when it fell apart.
Yeah, he's like, "Okay, well, I gotta go." So, but
Oh,
yeah, oh, go ahead.
goes to the most realistic reaction to anybody having to get a web swing ride because
Oh
I
yeah,
think that's how most people would react. Would be like, nope, never again, not doing that.
one and done.
Yep.
You like this girl as MJ? The way she plays her is really cool. Yeah, I like her as MJ as well. I know a bunch of nerds had, and I say that being a nerd, but I know a bunch of nerds had like just some borderline violent reactions to the whole thing. Like, no, MJ's supposed to be a hot lingerie model with big boobs and red hair, and she's white, and you can't possibly change her as a character. She's too iconic. It's like most people don't even know who the fuck MJ is. You can't say she's iconic. But beyond that, like, it just didn't ever come across as being particularly realistic to me. Like, in what situation would Peter and MJ ever really spend any time together other than as kids? In which case, the idea that they have a romantic relationship later is really kind of weird. And granted, I know the guy's got spider-based superpowers, but let's just set that aside. Um, I just think this feels a little bit more believable. And I do like her as MJ. I think she's very entertaining. So
Yeah, I think she's great too. It was a good casting choice.
yeah, felt that way about Domino until you saw Zazie Beats play her. Yeah, Zazie Beats was awesome as Domino. I really like her. My wife just yelled from the other room, "I love her." So, um, I will be very, very curious to see if Domino ends up in a solo movie or a spin-off movie where it's kind of more focused on her, because I think that would be really cool. How dare you? If anime has taught me anything, if I promise to marry my best friend as a young kid, then we are destined to date when we are teenagers. Yeah, but are you destined to have a healthy, meaningful relationship? That's the question. Also, one star, how's it going? Thanks very much for tuning in. Nice to see you, man. I was all up in arms about it. How dare they change anything in my Deadpool world? But in the end, it was good. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they people who make movies sometimes get it right. So,
Deadpool. I am curious if you know the news that dropped about Deadpool today.
oh
It's
God,
not
no,
it's not movie related. It's comic related, but it's pretty interesting.
I have not heard this. What's up?
So Marvel confirmed that he is in fact Weapon 9. He was the guinea pig for Logan, and they're going to start
Ah,
exploring. They're going to start exploring and they've announced officially that Weapon 1 is Captain America. So
ah, okay, interesting.
so I don't know what that's going to lead into, but I think we're about to get some other cool characters. So
Well, yeah, because where are weapons 2 through 8?
Right.
So that's cool. I like that. Panic Roll says Samson, is it confirmed?
It is confirmed.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Um,
written in the. I think there's a Cap Deadpool comic that dropped today. It's confirmed in the comic.
Interesting. Panic Roll says mind blown. Yeah, big Deadpool fan over here. So that's cool though. I'm oh well, there was some other. What was the other comic book news that I heard today? Oh, apparently Ryan Coogler has officially confirmed that he is working on an outline for the script for Black Panther 2, which
Nice.
not hugely revelatory. We all knew there was going to be a 2, we were all pretty confirmed, or probably pretty convinced that Coogler was going to do a lot of work on it. But I'm still happy to hear that because I really liked the first one.
About that confirmation is that to me in my head that puts it ahead of schedule. So I think that's great.
True, yeah. He the guy that wrote the first Black Panther. I don't know if he wrote the first Black Panther Panic Roll. I know he was the director on it though.
Do the screenplay for it.
Oh, he did do the screenplay. Okay, yeah, so he wrote it as well. That's cool.
Yeah.
That was the rumor for how many years? I'd never even heard that rumor that Deadpool was kind of like a trial run for Wolverine. So that's really cool to hear.
Yeah, I mean they've a lot of fans have kind of assumed that's what was going on, but they've Marvel's never confirmed it, and they've like purposely gone out of their way to not confirm it. But
But that doesn't
I
make
guess
any sense because the whole idea is for Wade, for Deadpool, he had cancer, and so they gave him the super soldier serum or whatever the hell it is they called it, and it gave him the regeneration powers that kept him alive. But with Wolverine, he already had the regeneration powers, so they infused him with adamantium instead. Those two experimental procedures are nowhere near related. So either these are really terrible scientists, or they're kind of connecting loose threads together to weave this story, which is fine. I just want to point that out.
yeah, I guess according to Rob Liefeld, who was one of the people that created Deadpool, he always intended him to be Weapon 9. So
But see, that's the kind of the funny thing about that is the whole Weapon X thing from the beginning. Like ever since they started referring to Weapon X, it's been the letter X, not the Roman numeral X to indicate Weapon 10. Because I've never heard them referred to that way. So,
yeah, it's always been X, and from what I understand, it's still X, but whatever.
all right. So does that mean Deadpool was Weapon VIII? Is that
No, he's
9?
just IX.
Oh, IX. That's what it is. I always forget that for Roman numerals. So he's Weapon IX. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Panic Girl says, "Oh, it was just different labs in the same project." I guess that's true. Yeah, you get one project, you get two different like research avenues, and they go wildly different directions. So, but that's cool. That's really interesting to hear. I'll have to check that out. I'm not really buying a lot of Marvel comics right now, but if that's like a mini series that they're doing, I might pick that up because I'd love to see a comic with Cap, Deadpool, and Wolverine in it.
Yeah, that'd be a great comic. Yeah, I don't know if it's limited or if it's ongoing or what, but I know it just the first issue dropped today. That's all I know.
Okay, interesting. I'll have to check that out. So something else that dropped this weekend or released this last weekend was Stranger Things season 3. Um, I watched the entire thing. I've seen the whole thing. Samson, you said you've only seen a couple episodes, right?
I have. I unfortunately have other people holding me back. They're lame.
You need to cut them loose, man. I'm sorry, but they're adults now. You need to let them know they can fend for themselves. This
Yeah.
is this is serious business. You can't just let this. Um,
That's all I've seen.
say again.
only seen the first two episodes, and I'm loving everything I've seen so far. So I don't know. I
Gotcha.
don't know how the rest of it turns out, but
One star said that he's only seen the first half of the first episode. Man, now we can't really talk too much about it. Panic Roll, when you said so good, was that about Stranger Things? I think it was, but I just want to be sure. So, having seen the entire season, I liked it a lot. There were some really good moments. There were some aspects of it that I was a little. I'm still a little like, I don't like the way they did that. Um, but I can't
yes,
say too much. Go ahead.
a headline where Rachel Wood, I think, is I guess kind of up in arms about his character's portrayed or something he does in the movie. I didn't really want to read too much into it because I didn't want spoiler, but apparently there's some kind of his character's portrayed or some stuff he does. I don't know if that's
Actually, that's exactly what it's talking about. One star says it's okay. I'm leaving soon. It's almost quitting time. Well, I'm glad we could help you finish off your day. Um, yeah, it was specifically about Hopper and kind of the way he was written. Um, he ends up doing some stuff that I'm just like, I don't know if they were doing it on purpose, just try to like highlight that that kind of behavior is problematic or not. But either way, it came across as really kind of overbearing and creepy and borderline like abusive. And it was really unsettling from a character that never really acted like that in the previous seasons and who we'd really come to like quite a bit. It was very jarring.
okay. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that because I think I kind of know. Being two episodes in, I think I kind of know what they're talking about, where it's going. But
Right.
again, I'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. So I don't know, but overall, it's a really good season. I like all the actors who play the kids; just do such a phenomenal job. So,
Yeah, they did great casting jobs for that.
yep. Pardon me 1 second.
You figured out what you're eating yet, Panic Roll?
But yeah, we can't talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil it for you.
You want? You can. I can back out for a second.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
We'll
I
talk.
was gonna say I could use the restroom or something really quick, and
I mean, if you have to go, go, man. Like, well, we.
I don't, but I
Uh,
can find something to do. I can grab a drink or something.
no, it's fine. We can talk about that next time around. So, speaking of, are we streaming this upcoming Monday? It's the Monday before Comic Con. I think we are, right?
I think we should.
Okay.
I think it's a really good idea.
And then we'll stream again the Monday right after Comic Con, or no?
Um, I mean, we're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about after that. I'm assuming. So yeah, why not?
All right, cool. Hopefully, there's some interesting, interesting reveals to discuss. I know Marvel is supposed to have a big presence there this time around.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna announce their next phase of movies.
Yeah, probably. Um, I don't know. What else do you have to talk about?
I'm trying to think if there's any other news or anything I've seen.
I'm excited to share the comic book pages, man. I can't wait to see that. It's gonna be so good.
I can't wait for you to see them because there's something in one of them that you're really gonna love. I know you are. I can't wait for you to see it. Uh, Meet up.
Yeah, well, we should probably do that this weekend actually, if you're free, because I still have to get the artwork from you so I can pass it off to some of the winners.
Should be fine. Uh, yeah, let's plan on that.
All right, cool. Maybe we can do Saturday morning if you're available.
Yeah, I'll confirm just because I kind of have a feeling they might ask me to work, but if I do, it'll only be like a half day on Saturday, so it might have to be afternoon. But we'll figure it out.
Okay, sounds good. Panic Girl says Far From Home is the end of Phase 3, so they should be there promoting Phase 4. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I'd be surprised if they didn't announce like a boatload of movies coming up. So, because we've got Captain Marvel 2, we've got Black Panther 2, we've got Doctor Strange 2, we've got whatever the next Avengers movie is, because you know they're not going to suddenly just like let the Avengers thing go. I'd be surprised if they didn't share some stuff from the WandaVision TV show or the Winter Soldier Falcon um, TV series or the Loki TV series or any other thousand things they're doing right now. So it'll be interesting to say the least.
I'm hoping there's some Guardians news.
Oh, that's right, Guardians 3. I forgot about that one. Plus, there's the Eternals movie that they're doing, which I still think is I'm I
That
can't
seems weird, right?
yeah I can't say that it's weird because Guardians of the Galaxy was a weird like flag or tent pole for them to put up, but I mean that paid off for him big. So and then of course there's the pipe dream that the Fantastic Four and the X-Men will soon be in the MCU.
Yeah, he keeps saying that it's a couple years out, but I have a feeling they're going to end up dropping it on us.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they didn't fast track that just a little bit. Although I'm sad that we'll never see Iron Man and Cap interact with those characters. Um, I think that would have been really cool.
Yeah, I don't. Again, you never know if anybody will show back up for a off. You know.
Like cameos and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true. It could happen. Panic Girl says, "I hope the next Avengers movie is the new Avengers." When you say new Avengers, what are you talking about? A specific storyline or a specific team? What's your take on that, Panic Girl? I hope they don't do a farewell movie. Yeah, I
What is
can't.
that?
I'm not sure what you mean by farewell movie exactly, but I can't imagine they're going to be like, okay, this is the last Avengers movie, kicking off some other thing, just because it's such a big brand name now.
Yeah, they're not letting that go. I think honestly, I would like to see what you were talking about before, like the all female Avengers team. The was it the A? What's it called?
A Force, yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd like to see that, and I would love to see like a Young Avengers or a Dark Avengers.
Yeah, they can go a lot of different ways with it. They can do some cool stuff.
Well,
Hey, Baird
that's
Machine, what's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for joining.
got me tripping about the Norman Osborn thing because he's the one who puts together Dark Avengers.
Yeah, right. It'd be
Kind of like, oh,
it would be really interesting to see. So in Far From Home, they tease the idea of parallel universes, and it turns out that's not legit. It's all BS. But it would be really interesting to see the the heroes from Earth get sucked up into like an alternate universe temporarily, and have that be like a movie storyline where you have like the Thunderbolts and the Dark Avengers thing kind of run concurrently, which I know it doesn't in the comics, but it would be really cool to see, two different villain teams set out to try to be the new heroes so they can take advantage of that situation and then come into conflict, and then one of those teams, most of the members actually decide they like being heroes and they can kind of like save the day and whatever. I think that would be a really cool storyline for them to do in the movies.
see that too.
Beard Machine could be better, but I'm here. I'm sorry to hear you're having a rough day. I'm glad you're here though. Hope you get better, or I hope it gets better. I mean, the new crew that is there, rather than doing one more Avengers centered around the remaining old crew as a farewell to them. Yeah, I can agree with that. I see what you mean now. Yeah. I'd really like to see Captain Marvel Black Panther, Spider-Man, Wanda. Um, you know, I'd like to see all of them do stuff on a team, and maybe bring in some new characters as well. I think that would be a good cast. The interesting thing about any superhero team, whether it be a book or a movie or a show or whatever, is you have to have complementary power sets as well. Um, Otherwise, it doesn't work very well. Like if all of them are just super strong, I mean that's not that's not very dynamic. It doesn't make for a good team. So
It would be really nice to see them incorporate the Netflix universe into something. I would love to see those guys get folded in
oh, me too.
through the Avengers.
I loved Charlie Cox's Daredevil, and what was his name? Is Luke Cage. Um, Shit, I should know this.
Yeah.
Michael Coulter. Spirit Machine says like five Supermans on one team. Yeah, exactly. It would. I mean, it would be a really strong team, and maybe that's not the best example because Superman has like 17 different superpowers. But yeah, it's kind of the same idea. I would like to see the black and white Vision too. Can't remember what he was called. I don't know that version of Vision. Um,
I think he was just still Vision. I don't
okay.
think he had a different name, but that's actually my favorite version of him too. I really love the way he looked. He was just
Hmm.
like all white. Yeah.
I'll have to take a look. Actually, I've never seen that version of the character, so. But last week I was talking about comics, and one of the comics that I wanted to talk about was one called Aliens: Dead Orbit, which just came in today, or actually yesterday. So I was able to pick it up. This is a Dark Horse title, and if you are a fan of the Aliens franchise or like kind of sci-fi horror comics, I really, really recommend picking this book up. It's fantastic. I think it's a standalone issue. I actually haven't finished reading it because I just picked it up yesterday. Previously, I'd only finished the first like couple of issues, so I'm not even that far into rereading it this time around. But it's just so good. Like I don't know if you guys can see, but like the art style on it is this really great, like kind of indistinct art style, while also being really gritty and really encompassing that kind of Blade Runner esque dystopian sci-fi future. And it just does such a great job of conveying the mood, not just of the setting, but of the tone that the artist and the writer is trying to set.
Who's
Here's
the writer on that one?
here's another one of my favorite panels right here, just to kind of show like the existential kind of dread where you see his face kind of falling apart and merging with the debris field from the station. And it's just such a well drawn book, and it's really well paced. The artist and writer are the same person. It's James Stokoe, Stokoe. And I've never heard of him before. I've never seen any of his other work, but it's the art style has a very kind of Akira vibe to it, like
Okay.
old school Akira, like the original manga that came out for it. Be back in a few. I'm ready for Aliens versus Predator. Be right back. All right. Um, Hold on a sec.
Oh yeah,
There we
this
go.
guy's worked on a lot of stuff.
Oh, has he? Okay.
A lot of independent books, but definitely
Gotcha.
a lot of them.
Well, his style is really good. I like it a lot. And as someone who's a big fan of the Aliens franchise, at least in theory, not necessarily a big fan of certain installments, but in general, I like the concept. This book is just fantastic. So I highly recommend it. You should definitely check it out if you're looking for a comic to read. And it is, I believe it's just a standalone thing. I don't think there's any like follow-up sequel or anything like that. I think it's just a standalone. trade paperback. So yeah, pick it up. I highly recommend it. It's really good. Samson, I'll lend mine to you.
Love to read it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at his artwork right now. This guy is amazing.
Does he have an Instagram?
I just did a Google search and it did not disappoint. There's so much stuff on here. It's crazy. He's like super detailed. It's nuts. Oh, he did Godzilla. Nice.
Okay, yeah, it looks like it's kind of a consistent art style across. Oh, look, it looks like he worked on Nova for a few issues. He's done some Godzilla work. But yeah, it's very Akira style, isn't it? Like
Yeah, yeah, very.
there's Aliens Dead Orbit. That's the cover for it. It's just really good. It's perfect for that kind of like slightly out there like horror or not even horror. Like in this case, I don't even know what you'd call this. This is weird like um I don't even know. I don't know what genre you'd even put that in. Sci-fi for sure, but
Yeah, his style is great. I love it. It's very unique too. It's not reminiscent of other people. It's great.
yeah. So anyways, check it out. Aliens Dead Orbit by James Stokoe. I highly recommend. Oh, here's another example image from the comic. Like just so good. Anyways, um do we have art to show off for the current issue?
The only thing I have that I can show is that page where I was inking it. Let me pull it up really quick.
Okay. All right, one star. I'll catch you
I
later.
don't have
Have a
anything.
good one. Have a safe
It's
drive
kind of
home. Sorry, go ahead.
it's kind of hard to scan. My scanner is it's like kind of a pain in the butt to.
Is it just old or what?
It's just small. It's small because it's portable. It's like a portable scanner. It doesn't even have a power source. It just plugs into my like laptop and the laptop powers it.
Gotcha.
So
Would it be
it's
worthwhile for us to get you a larger scanner to use when you're at home?
um maybe later on when I start getting a little more comfortable with the digital aspect. But for right now, well, I don't know. Maybe because and stuff in there and all the words. That later. See how that goes.
Okay. Hmm. Well, we'll figure that out later on down the line. But if you have some new stuff to show off, great. If not, that's fine too. We can
Oh,
always just do a shorter stream tonight, kind of depending on what we've got. I don't want to.
yeah. Hold on a second. Let me
All right.
share my screen.
Trying to figure out where we left off last time when we were kind of doing some rewrites on stuff. There we go. I think that was it right there.
Okay.
And we're gonna not full screen it. We want to do this. All right. And then if you don't mind doing a zoom.
I don't know. So it's not too different than last time. I did switch up her pose a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So some of what I was thinking of doing, for hold on, let me lock all these because I don't want to accidentally draw on them. Thinking of doing was actually I'm gonna throw a fake layer up on top here so I can actually kind of draw on it.
Gotcha.
For this top layer, uh, this would be something that the colors would hopefully do. But coming down, striking a couple spots. I'm assuming that's how she starts her fires. I don't know. And then We got the bean right here, and then the fire on the final panel. So I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to like link up the lightning on there. I don't know if that's really necessary or not, but
Right. Yeah, I didn't even consider the lightning thing. I just figured she conjured fire. So
okay, that works too. I like that too. That's actually kind of a cooler thing, actually.
okay.
But
She
yeah, that's page 7.
she apparently does not skip squat day.
Yeah, see, this is. I guarantee you, this is the only one where she's kind of like that. But it's hard doing digital. It's so hard doing it. Like getting this. I may end up having to redraw this all just so it looks, because this is not going to be uniform with the rest of the stuff in terms of like line weights and stuff. So I may have to do it just for the sake of it being cohesive,
Right, right.
and I can fix that. But yeah, it's hard to do. I'm not used to doing digital. It's not that it's that I'm not used to doing it. It's hard to do the black and white ink like this. I can paint just fine
Right.
when I'm doing like a painting, but it's different. It's just so different.
Hmm. That's interesting. As a non-artist, I'm like, yeah, how different could it possibly be? Not that I don't believe you. It just I don't have any scope to compare, so or yeah.
Well, it could be too my process, but so like when I'm painting something, if I'm painting it, I can just kind of throw paint on and then move paint until it's in the right spot. And with the line art, I'm you got to throw a line and you got to get the line right before you can move forward. So it's a little different in terms of the precision that's necessary, and I just don't have the fine motor skills on the tablet yet to get it to be. I think I might try doing something to my tablet. I'm gonna look in to see if they have any kind of because it's really smooth, and that's where I'm having the problems. It's too smooth. There's like no teeth there is on paper,
Right.
so there's no like feedback from it, and that's where I'm having the trouble.
I can understand that. Like the tactile aspect of drawing on a specific medium is a huge thing. That's why some artists prefer like one grade of paper versus another or one kind of paper versus another. So I can
Yeah,
I can understand that.
man. I mean,
Okay.
I'm gonna keep practicing though. I do want to get better at it. So
Right. Baird says, hey, but I'll catch you guys later. My cousin's in town is hosting a game night over at Slice and Dice Pizzeria. Ooh, nice. Slice and Dice. And that sounds like a great pizza place. How come we don't have a pizza place like that? Baird, you're holding out on us.
where's where's our slice and dice?
Right? But thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you later. We'll have to play some Apex, and we will go from there. But do you guys remember what the we talked briefly about like some emotes for the channel for our subscribers? Do you happen to remember what those were? There was like a raven eating a desk or pecking at a desk or something like that.
Right.
Was one of them. It's a board game slash tabletop pizzeria. They have thousands of games on their wall. Well, they don't have the only game that matters, and that's our game. So, how good can they really be?
You know what? I wanted to talk to you about that. There are a couple of breweries here that have board game things you should probably reach out to.
Yeah, I know. I need to do that. I think it's something we'll probably do when we do our pre-order campaign. Like when we start that, we'll start hitting up some of the local areas, or maybe beforehand or something like that. So, but if you have a list of those places, please give them to me because there are places I've never heard of, and it helps have a full list.
Sure. I'm going to mute for 1 second. I need to grab some water.
Okay, sounds good. Dang it.
All right, I'm back.
Um, so yeah, emotes. There's the raven pecking at the desk. What else did we want? Do we want like emotes of of the different characters?
I think that'd be kind of cool. I think it'd be cool to have like maybe one of the Monster Crush characters be kind of a cool emote. Some little
Oh,
hearts or
that's
something.
true. We don't really have any like we've only got a couple characters though. We need to.
Yeah.
Hmm. I think that's
Yeah.
something we'll work on later once we have more character designs for Monster Crush. I think we do a couple of our superheroes at the very least.
Who are you thinking about?
Well, what's the purpose of the emotes going to be? Like, what are they going to be used for? The the Raven eating a desk is going to be used for like when you say something dumb, obviously. So, but
So again, I'm not as familiar with Twitch as I should be, but so these emotes are something that we could use in the chat
yeah,
to like respond. Okay, okay.
yeah. Or anybody who's subscribed to us will basically be able to choose those emotes from the emote list, so they can put them up. So like we can have like a laugh out loud emote. We could have a, an eye roll emote. We could have a, you know, I don't know. We could have emotes for a bunch of different stuff. It just kind of depends. Speaking of
Okay.
Monster Crush, do you plan on doing comics for that game too? No, no comics. However, I have floated the idea past some friends of mine who do a lot of film stuff about doing a YouTube, like a short YouTube series where we actually film like an episode of the dating show for the monsters, and have it over the course of several YouTube videos. So that would be great. That costs a lot more money, of course, but I think it would be really funny to kind of get that up there. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so should we have certain characters doing certain things? Like, I don't know. I hadn't really considered the emotes thing. I just never expected us as a channel to get that big. But I mean, here we are. So
I think we need like a greeting emote. I don't know what that would be, but just something people pop in, they just hit it. Be kind of cool.
hmm.
I don't know. I don't want to like force anything and be like cheesy, like you know what I mean.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, so I don't know exactly what would be a good thing to have.
Well, I feel like we should hold on a second. I'm gonna steal a little bit of page real estate on this document just so I can start typing up some ideas. Um, so I'd like a subscriber badge, and have it just be the villains and henchmen logo. I think there's Raven eating a desk. I like the idea of there being like an eye roll emote, a greeting emote, like you said, laugh out loud emote. I think that's a decent starting list to get started. I mean, that's one, two, three, four, five different things. So, yeah, let's do that. Question is, who's doing what? So, for the greeting emote, who do you think is our most gregarious character? Who's the one that's most likely to, like, enthusiastically greet somebody?
I mean, to me, it makes sense to go with the mascot for that. I think maybe manipulator.
So, the manipulator waving. Okay.
Oh, you gotta be kind of cool. Wait, what is it? Oh, okay.
Need an emote for when the cats make an appearance? Oh, that's a good point. We need a cat emote. Hmm. I don't know. This is a larger conversation that we'll have to have at another time because I don't really know what emotes would be good. I'm not a visual design type of person, so it's not my strong suit. So we'll discuss this more, but hopefully by next stream, we'll have a list of emotes in the works so that we'll be ready to roll those out. So actually, how many emote slots do we even have? That's kind of an important thing to ask.
2 slots.
Yeah, I don't even know where I would check that. Huh. Emotes. Haha, here we go. Oh, haha, wow. So there's one emote that would be available for subscribers, and then an extra emote slot for people who subscribe at the higher tiers. Um, and then if we get up to 15 subscribers, we would get an extra emote spot. And then if we got a number of people, if we got 10 people chatting at a time in one stream, then we would get another emote slot. So there are a couple ways we can earn more of them. We just have to make sure we actually like make that a goal. Um, so yeah, there we go. Probably a good thing to have nailed down before we start figuring out what kind of emotes we want to do is how many we can have.
For right now.
Say again?
It's 2 for right now.
It's one for right now. So, well, basically we have three slots, but two of them are locked. They're all locked behind the subscription paywall. A tier 1 subscription gets you access to one emote, a tier 2 subscription gets you access to two, and a tier 3 gets you access to three. So, so we just have to figure out like, well, and we can have a subscriber badge that's custom for the channel. So I'd like to do that, and I think it'd be cool to just do like the villains and henchmen logo as the subscriber badge. I think that makes a lot of sense. And then we just have to figure it out from there. So I think the Raven eating the desk is a fun emote that we can do to start off with. So let's just focus on those two at the moment, and we'll
I
figure
love
out the
it.
rest later. Go ahead.
It's just great because it came kind of out of natural conversation too. It's not like a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, natural conversation where I
What I
stumble
mean.
over what I'm trying to say, and
uh,
yeah, yeah. Well, we won't say anything more about that. We'll just let it go. Pretend like
commentary about
everything's fine. There we go. I decided to go ahead and move the Discord window over a little bit to increase the size of what you're working on there for everybody who's watching. That way they can get a better look at it. That is a very intense bunny.
yeah, I like my wildlife serious.
No cute Bambis around here. We only
Yeah,
have
this isn't Disney.
that bunny's ready to cut a bitch.
Well, I mean, you said it's forest on fire.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, that's who Maelstrom really has to worry about is the vengeful rabbits.
This is an Easter egg for issue 5. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Ty Ricer, hey man, how's it going? You want to watch but don't want to spoil about Stranger Things? We actually have moved past talking about Stranger Things. Um, not enough people had watched it through its entirety, so we decided to move on. Now we're just talking about our comic book and talking about our emotes and stuff like that. So maybe not as
and angry bunnies.
and angry rabbits as you can see on the left here, yeah. But we're maybe not as pop culturally significant as Stranger Things, but still fun topics to discuss. Be back. Leia needs to go out. All right. Hi, Leia. Good girl. Got to take that pupper for a walk. All right. So yeah, I think we're gonna do the subscriber badge and the Raven eating the desk emote, and then we'll go from there. I'll probably start working on designing a couple other ones early on so that they're ready to go, but it's not a huge priority at the moment. But Samson, if you have any ideas for them, make sure you let me know. And also,
Sure.
chat, if
Yeah.
you guys have any ideas for emotes, let us know. We're happy to incorporate audience suggestions. But I don't know that we have a whole heck of a lot else to talk about comic wise. I mean, I don't want to get, I don't want to start getting into the next comic idea because I want you to be able to catch up. So,
Right. Yeah. I would prefer to wait on that too, just because then I'm gonna start getting excited about that, and it'll be hard to focus on what I'm doing. But yeah, if probably like in 2 weeks, I think it should be wrapped up
okay.
in terms of the actual artwork being done, not in terms of like the lettering or coloring or anything. But yeah, because after Comic Con, I'm gonna be able to just hit this full force. So
Nice. Speaking of, for those of you who are going to be there, we will be at Comic Con. Samson's got a booth in Artist Alley. I don't know if you know your booth number or the booth name or anything like that.
yeah, it's actually not in Artist Alley. It's
Oh,
in
sorry.
the no, it's okay. It's in the what is it called? Exhibitor area. So it's the
Hmm.
booth number E11. It's right off of aisle 600, 700, somewhere around in there. I'd love to see anybody stop by and throw
Nice.
stuff at me, say hi, whatever.
You guys can actually pick up prints of the Senua's Sacrifice piece that Samson was working on at his Comic Con booth. So,
Yeah. Did you want to have some of those up at the table as well for the gaming area?
um, I don't know because they're not really technically related to our game, and I don't want to mislead people by making them think that it's a game related to that in some capacity. Um,
Right. That's a good idea.
so I think more what I'd rather do is just like if you're gonna have business cards for your booth or like flyers for your booth or whatever, leave them with us. We'll hand them out to people and let them know like that you're the artist and you're downstairs. So that's probably the way we'll do it.
Okay. Yeah, I was planning on being up at the gaming area like I normally am for some length time, and I'll probably be doing sketches for people gaming and stuff. So like normal.
Cool. So you can come play games with me and Sarah and our Ravensdale helpers, and then you can also check out Samson's booth, pick up some art and everything like that. So come find us at San Diego Comic Con. Ravensdale Publishing, that's me and Sarah, will be stationed in the board game room, and then Samson, like he said, will be bouncing back and forth between his booth and the table. So we hope to see you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But considering that we don't really have much else to discuss, I might jump into streaming some video games.
Okay with that if you
If
want to do that. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that at all.
okay, cool. In that case, I will probably jump into playing. Ooh, should I play some Sekiro?
You normally do Wednesdays.
Normally on Wednesdays I play Sekiro.
Give people what they want.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll do. I'll reserve Apex for after the stream when I want to just play some games. Ty Ricer didn't tell me I played with a badass the other day. What do you mean? Who are you playing with that's a badass? I know you're not talking about me. I had like 3 kills in 4 matches, so. But yeah, I'm really excited to be able to share like more pages of the comics with you guys. Looking forward to next week when we're able to do that. In the meantime, I think we're gonna kind of cut the stream here. Well, we're gonna switch over the stream here to play some Sekiro. So obviously, Samson, if you wanna stay online, you are welcome to do that.
I'll go ahead and back out
Okay.
while you're doing that. That way, it's not. I don't know if that'll mess with the quality or anything. Having somebody else tagging on, plus whatever else I have going on in the house here.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll back out, and then I'll get a hold of you later on in the week so we can get some artwork up for people to see.
Yeah, sounds good, man. I'll talk to you later.
You guys, thanks for tuning in.
Have a good night, Samson. Catch you soon. All right, everybody. So we're gonna switch over and we are gonna start streaming some Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Me? Well, I appreciate the compliment there, Ty. I don't know that I'm that good, but I will definitely take the compliment. So apologies for a moment while I've got to fix up my setup. So I've got kind of a shared setup here where my PS4 and my laptop are both on the same table. So I just need to switch over all my cables and whatnot to, oops,